Today, protecting your data is not just important, it's essential. At Veeam University, we are dedicated to empowering our customers and partners with the skill and the knowledge to safeguard their data like never before. This is why we have created a complete set of resources to ensure your data is secure. I am Federica Saba, the Certification Services Business Manager at Veeam. Today, I am excited to guide you through the new Veeam University brand, along with two key education stakeholders. We will explore the programs that Veeam University is launching here at VeeamON, and we will share our plans for the future. You will learn how you, as a customer and as a partner, can grow and keep your organization safe. I am happy to spend the next 30 minutes with Mark and Tim. Mark, would you please share a bit about yourself?
Sure, I'm Mark Brunstad, and I'm the Global Customer Success and Enablement Director at Veeam. And I'm responsible for designing and bringing to market Veeam's technical training and certification programs, both for partners and for customers.
What a privilege to have you here, Mark. Thanks a lot. We also have a wonderful guest. Tim, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, Fedi, thank you. So my name is Tim Myers. I am co-founder of Tsunati. Today I hold Chief Operating and Technology Officer responsibility. And from Tsunati's perspective, we are a Veeam accredited service partner and a Veeam authorized education center. Fedi and Mark, thank you so much for having me today.
Thanks to you for being here, Tim. Before we dip into the program, let's have a conversation. By now, you are probably familiar already with the Veeam Data Protection Trends Report, which revealed that 75% of organizations have faced cyber attacks. Even more concerning, many of these organizations have been attacked multiple times, with 96% of cyber attack specifically targeting backup repositories. So what's one of the key benefits you will gain from training? That's already clear. You will be better equipped to protect against these attacks. Being trained provides us with the necessary expertise. Training empowers us how to handle challenges with confidence. Just a pilot who can fly without motors, but they must have the knowledge of how to do so. We will discover more benefits how we'll proceed in that presentation. But let's see what is Veeam University. Veeam University offers a wide range of trainings that helps you regardless your level, knowledge, and regardless your affiliation, if you are a partner or if you are a customer, or if you are thinking to become a customer. If you are an end user, you can start your journey with Veeam University free on our Veeam website. There are many training sessions, many resources on various topics that will help onboarding you. I am sure you will find what you need. Partners, you are more than welcome, but where we really hope to see you is in the Veeam University Partner Portal. You will find more than 180 training sessions that will help you to keep your skill up, grow as a partner, and improve your sales and pre-sale service, including the new special ed course that brings you a little bit closer to the next step of becoming a Veeam engineer. And for those who aim to be the expert and feel ready for the next level, we have Veeam University PRO. This offers a range of courses that give IT professionals deep knowledge, allowing to earn industry-recognized certification. Mark, I know you can't wait to announce the new courses we are announcing here at VeeamON. Can you describe the new program and what is the first thing students can learn when they are ready for the next level?
All right, thank you very much, Fedi. And let's talk a little bit about the Veeam training and certification roadmap for 2025 and 2026. So if we start with Veeam University Free, which is the bottom of the slide here, we have the operator program, and this will be available in the second half of 2025. The operator program is focused on SMB users and users of the Veeam Data Platform Essentials solution. We'll be offering a badge that goes along with this Veeam Certified Operator or VMCO. This is going to be available, like Fedi said before, for free on Veeam University free version. And there's a curriculum that tells, everything from how to license and install the essential solution all the way through, best practices in use so that you can be sure that you're getting the maximum protection for your data from essentials. So if we move up to the next tier, we have the VMCE programs that are available in Veeam University PRO. The first one is the Veeam Certified Engineer. A Veeam Certified Engineer is offered in two different versions. There's an instructor-led version that's offered via our authorized education centers. And then there's a self-paced version, which is offered from the one authorized education center that actually delivers self-paced training, and that's our partnership with Tsunade. So VMCE is really designed to teach end users and also our partners all the best practices around the Veeam Data Platform Foundation product, and that's Veeam Backup and Replication. So after VMCE, we have the next level of engineer, which is Veeam Certified Engineer 1, and this program is focused on the Veeam Data Platform Advanced product. In addition to all of the goodness of backup and replication, we also add the VeeamON platform for monitoring, managing, and analyzing. Above that, we have the engineer level 3, which is Veeam Certified Engineer VRO, and VRO stands for Veeam Recovery Orchestrator. This is really focused on using and doing solutions with the Veeam Data Platform Premium version. So that adds the scale, automation, and security features of Veeam Recovery Orchestrator. So the idea is that if you're an engineer, you have a path of progression through all of the different levels of the Veeam Data Platform offering. If you're only deploying, typically only deploy Foundation, or you're a Foundation user, we have training for you. If you're using Advanced, we have training for you. And if you're using Premium, we have training for you as well. And this allows our customers and partners to, advance through the curriculum that we're offering as their use of the Veeam Data Platform matures. A lot of customers begin with Foundation. They move up through Advanced, and then as they expand their use of Veeam, they end up using Premium. So we have progression that's geared towards how our customers use the product, and also towards how our partners are selling and deploying the product. When they're new to Veeam, they may only be doing Foundation solutions around the Foundation product. As they move up their use cases, as they get more advanced customers, as they move into the enterprise, we have training that takes them all the way from the base use case all the way through the enterprise use case. So above the engineer level certifications, above VMCE, we're building and offering a brand new certification called Veeam Certified Security Expert. This is a capstone certification. After you have completed all the engineer trainings, we're going to add additional training around enterprise data security, because as you know, the threat environment's really getting pretty extreme with all of the attacks and all of the ransoming and so on that's going on. We really want to have a course and a certification that trains people how to establish and maintain a security posture. So this actually teaches all the best practices around deployment of Veeam that are aligned with the Veeam CyberSecure product. It also teaches security frameworks. It also teaches best practices in deployment of the Veeam solution, and also other things outside of the things that are specific to Veeam, just general training in how to actually analyze your environment and determine whether you're maintaining the security posture that you need. And finally, the next thing that we're going to be building going into 2026 is an enterprise architect certification called Veeam Certified Architect. The purpose behind this is to actually train our partners and customers in how to design an entire security solution using the Veeam product, and also how to design a secure environment that includes hybrid multi-cloud components. It's more than just Veeam. A lot of times in enterprise, there are a lot of different platforms, a lot of different applications, a lot of different environments that need to be backed up and protected. And we're going to be offering a program that trains architects in how to actually design these programs for the enterprise. And the goal is to have architects that are capable of sitting down with a global 2000 level customer and design a solution that's going to deliver a secure and a very resilient environment for their data. So hope everybody's looking forward to these programs rolling out in 2025 and into 2026. We're excited to bring them to you, and hope you'll get a
That's
lot of value
great,
on them.
Mark. Thanks a lot for a lot of exciting news coming. I just have another question for you.
Sure.
And how can someone interested in getting this certification can access to all these training sessions?
So there's two ways to do it. So for operator, it's all offered completely free via Veeam University free. So all you have to do really is log in, find your way to the courses, begin taking them. When you're done, you'll get your badge for Veeam Certified Operator in this case. If we move up to the engineer level trainings and certifications, VMCE, the first level of engineer, is offered two ways. The first way is via instructor-led training from one of our authorized education centers. You can go to Veeam, you can go to Veeam University, and you'll find a menu, depending on your region, of all the authorized education centers that are offering that instructor-led training. Beginning with VMCE, there's another option, and that's on-demand or self-paced training, and those are offered exclusively through our partnership with Tsunade. So anything above engineer level 1, the training is self-paced on-demand training that's offered that way. And you can get to it the same way through Veeam University, and you go to our authorized education partners, and it will direct you to the sign up for those programs.
Good stuff. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mark, for showing us these new exciting new learning journeys. If I have to choose a word for the benefits you gain from training, it would be efficiency. Efficiency means reaching a goal with the minimum effort, resources, and time. Organizations that are trained and certified are up to 40% more efficient, 40% more confidence in their skills. And of course, with the less effort, resources, and time, the higher the return on the investment. Tim, why is certification so important? What other benefits can someone gain from being certified?
Yeah, Fetty, I have so much to say here, right? But I think my number one benefit has always been confidence. As an authorized service partner, we talk to Veeam customers and partners all the time about their Veeam deployments, whether they're looking for new architecture and design, whether they've got an existing implementation and they've got some questions about how do they implement new features, or what are the benefits of upgrading, or if they've run into, an unfortunate scenario, find themselves as a victim of an attack, how can they recover from that? And, when we talk about the Veeam data platform, I think there's a number of different reasons for me personally, as I've kind of advanced my career over time, that really I try to profess onto other people. And I think one of those is credibility, right? When we think about if you're a Veeam certified engineer, if you're a Veeam architect, if you're advancing towards that Veeam certified security expert, all those things are going to mean that you've put time and effort into being the best person that you can be when it comes to understanding the Veeam data platform. So not only are you going to get the industry and ecosystem credibility, hopefully from your coworkers and your management team, but there could be a situation where you're looking to advance your career. You're looking to take care of your family, put money and food on the table. Certification is a great mechanism to be able to do just that. And when we continue to advance into the security ecosystem and we have constant daily conversations about things such as ransomware or cyber attacks, when you've gone through the level of effort, you've got the training and the enablement, you've built your skills, you've built your confidence, you've achieved that certification, that's going to earn you that seat at the table. Now you're going to get an opportunity to be a decision maker or a more strategic influencer when it comes to the organization that you work for and how they can do a better job of protecting their data. And I think the last bullet point here on this slide is around velocity. Fetty, you talked about being efficient. We have a fixed amount of time in every day, right? 24 hours. And I often ask the question, are we making the best use of our time that we have available? So we think about capabilities within Veeam, specifically the ability to orchestrate and automate, the ability to monitor and analyze, the ability to have things like intelligent diagnostics that are going to proactively tell us whether our environment is configured according to kind of Veeam and ecosystem best practices. That's where I think we achieve velocity, right? We break down organizations into the different workloads that they have. Maybe we look at their virtual environment first. Most organizations today are advancing heavily into public cloud. There's an opportunity to protect the cloud. There's an opportunity to protect Microsoft 365. As people are trying to orchestrate and automate with containers now, there's an opportunity to protect containers with K10. So getting the skills, the knowledge, the education, the experience, ultimately leading to certification is just going to really give businesses and organizations that velocity that they need to be able to just do a better job of protecting their environment.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot. And we have spoken about the trainings and the benefits, but what really happens in real life? Can you give our audience an example of a real case scenario?
Yeah, so Fedi, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to give you 2 examples, right? Because we live in this world of availability and redundancy. So I'd feel a little weird if I just gave you one. If it's okay, I've prepared 2.
It's okay. It's okay.
And what I'll show you here on the slide is, obviously we're going to keep customer names out of this conversation, but this is a real email that we received in our capacity as an authorized service partner from a customer. And you can see here that it's very vague, right? In general, we have something that we need to talk about. Obviously, there's always a sense of urgency. But what this ultimately turned into was a customer that was the victim of a Lockbit ransomware attack. And when I tell you that I've talked to a lot of people in my career, ransomware is one of those things that you can hear fear in a grown man's voice when they've been attacked. All of their virtual machines have been encrypted. Their entire infrastructure is down. They had 0 documentation. The knowledge that they had around Veeam was somewhat minimal day to day. They didn't have anyone on staff that had been through formal education or had any type of certification. Consequently, we find that those people that haven't invested in Veeam typically don't stay up to date with Veeam's latest and greatest. They were running an old version of Veeam backup and replication. Therefore, they weren't using things like immutability. They weren't using things like capacity and archive tier. And ultimately, when we engaged with this particular customer, they had no plan. And so this became as a result of domain admin credentials that had been compromised that really kind of set the stage for, all of the other bad things that happened. But we were able to work with them, help them retrieve all of their data, get their environment back up and running on current version 12 of Veeam. Fortunately, they were successful in recovering all of their sensitive and important data. But this is just another example of how when you take Veeam at its core and you just go through a generic installation and you don't really realize the benefits, the feature, and the value that you can gain from the Veeam data platform, you're just kind of selling yourself short, I think. And it's unfortunate that these types of situations happen in everyday life. So the second example, Fedi, that I want to talk to you about is another example of where this particular attack went directly after the Veeam repositories. All of the repositories got encrypted. There was, again, tribal knowledge in place, minimal documentation. A third-party professional services company had kind of come in and set up this particular environment for the customer. The handoff wasn't the greatest. And so, again, back to minimum documentation, they weren't leveraging the best and brightest. I feel like every customer today should be using immutability, no questions asked. The environment that they provisioned had minimum resource availability. They were running their virtual machines lean and mean. They weren't able to take advantage of things like Sure Backup to verify that their backups were able to be recovered. They didn't have a DR strategy for if they were going to lose a single site or a single host or a single data store in this example. And so the fastest way that we could get them back up and running again was to deploy a brand new version of Veeam backup and replication. We provisioned some object storage from Wasabi. They were able to immediately begin taking new backups of their production environment and placing them on immutable storage from the get-go. So two quick examples. Sorry, Patty, but 2 quick examples of, if the customer had been trained, if they had invested in the process that Mark just outlined, they really would have had a much better outcome, right?
That was my point.
As a result, this particular customer, they've recently joined the Veeam Cybersecure program. They're now planning to use Veeam Recovery Orchestrator to leverage automated backup verification using the Sure Backup technology. They still don't have dedicated Veeam personnel yet, but they have opened a couple of recs. They're now actively interviewing for Veeam experience. They still don't have a current plan for Veeam certification. Obviously, they've got to get those dedicated Veeam personnel on staff first. And then the timing of the new training is going to be very, very good for them, I think. And at the end of the day, we all kind of collectively agreed that the number one objective for them specifically should be leveraging the 32110 rule, right? So, you know, this is a daily occurrence for us. We see this happen more and more often every day, right? With the advancement of attacks, the vulnerabilities, the indicators of compromise that exist. I can't stress enough that if you're a Veeam customer, you're a Veeam partner, you're planning to standardize on Veeam as your data protection platform, please make sure that you invest in obtaining those skills and knowledge that you need so that you've got confidence, so that if your executive staff comes to you as the data protection team and asks that fundamental question, can you recover? The answer is going to be a resounding yes.
Thanks a lot, Tim. Thanks. And thanks, Mark, and thanks, Tim. It's a pleasure to learn from such esteemed experts. Let's recap a little bit what you have experienced in this presentation. You are now familiar with the new brand of Veeam University, and Mark has just shown you the exciting new courses we are going to launch here at VeeamON. Tim also provided real case scenario and explained the challenges of being trained, highlighting why this program is vital for you as an individual, of course, but also you as an organization. And just to finish up, if you are ready to take the next step, you can visit the Veeam University page on veeam.com, where the 3 key areas are featured. Just scan this code and start your learning journey from beginner to expert. And thank you for your attention, and I look forward to see you there. Mark, Tim, thanks a lot.